Okay, here we go. We got Rito's deck right here. We got our team ready to defend the park against Rito and 3Z putties. So, first Rito card is Crushing Impact. Deal 3 damage to a single ranger twice. That is guarded. That's fine. The next card is Blade of Bones. Straight deal 5 damage. Okay. Flamethrower, that's his fun little thing on his arm. Deal 3 damage to each ranger. Ouch. And then his fourth card is another flamethrower. So actually these are fast. So this is going to go like this, and we'll do 1, 2. So that's gonna hurt right off the hop. And then we get 3 Z Putty patrollers here. First one being Fierce Strike, deal 4 damage, a little bit stronger than the regular putties. Guard, train 2 energy. Great, so that's blocking this. So I can't even hit this after this resolves. Wonderful. And then another guard. All right, well, guard can't guard card. So at the very least, I mean, that would be blocking flamethrower anyway. So regardless, I'll have to go in the Crushing Impact first. And actually, first things first that happens is the flamethrower. So 3 damage to each ranger. Santa, 3 damage to him. That's 1, 2. Okay, good. So that'll go to the bottom. Cam, we have 1, 2, 3. That's fine. And Merrick, we have 1, 2. Claws of the Wolf. Oh man, I'm gonna. Oh man, I love Claws of. No, we'll put that in. That's fine. That's okay. I don't want to play a card yet. Perfect. And then lose his ability. All right, so I'm actually going to use the Wolf Zord. That ranger exhausts this card before any ranger performs an attack. That ranger may draw up to 2 cards and ignore the guard keyword. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to play Lunar Q on top of that because Lunar Q is only costing me 2 energy right now as far as his ability goes, and because I can exhaust it. Lunar Q's ability is I get to ready 1 exhausted Zord. So after I swap this out for either the Hammerhead or the Alligator, it'll come right back. So that's going to be very helpful. So we'll spend the 2 energy. Shaboish, like that. That's fine. Lunar Q is a 4 dice attack that will now ignore guard. So I'm going to do it against Flamethrower here. And then I'm going to go ahead and swap Lunar Wolf with the Alligator Zord, which is exhaust this card. When any ranger suffers damage, reduce that damage by 3. Then I can swap it for either the Hammerhead or the Wolf. And then because of Lunar Q, you immediately unexhaust. So I can use you a little bit later. That is awesome. All right, Merrick, let's go. You could do this. 4 dice, 5 damage. I hit 4 damage. All right, I'll work with that. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, that doesn't really help at all. So now I can go ahead and tap this one down and deal 3 damage to each ranger. Santa's running low on cards, so I'm going to go ahead and exhaust the Alligator Zord, which reduces the damage by 3. And then I'm going to immediately swap him for the Hammerhead Zord because I have a plan. I actually have a plan that I think I can use this with. Lunar Q goes back into the discard pile, but at least I can now go with Cam for 1. Come on. 2, 3. All right, that's that. And then Merrick will be taking 3 damage, so that's 1, 2, 3. Oh no, he has 1 card. Oh boy. Well, I think it's time to use a present. So we're going to go ahead and use this one right here in order to be able to go into Merrick's deck and once again play the Lunar Q. I feel like I can hit 5 damage against Crushing Impact now. And then if I do that, I can ready a Zord, and then I can ready the Hammerhead Zord, which will deal 1 damage to an enemy of my choice, killing this thing. So that's the goal, to kill this and this in the same turn. Remember, this costs 0 because I used a present from Santa. Switching some dice around and hoping for some luck. Come on. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, perfect. Wow. That is, oh, man. Thank you. Thank you, dice gods. Thank you. All right. So we did 5 damage to Crushing Impact. It is guard on guard, so it doesn't really matter. So this is immediately defeated, which is great. Because of Lunar Q, I was able to activate the Shark Wild Zord, in which case I can immediately exhaust it, because Zords are going to exhaust at any time. This is during a battle. I'm in a battle. I get to gain 1 energy. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I get to deal 1 damage to an enemy card of my choice. I choose this flamethrower right here. So these can all come off, and this goes kablooey. So there we are. This goes back to my discard pile, and then this will go to the side. I think I will swap it for... I get to swap it for one of these. I'm going to swap it for the Wolf Sword, just so I can possibly get another guard later on when it comes back. So now this exhausts, and now we get another turn. All right, let's go ahead and use Claws of the Wolf, which is a 1 energy ability. I'm actually going to go ahead. I know I haven't been drawing cards. I get it. I know I haven't been drawing cards, but I'm okay with this right now. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to draw 1 from Cam just to keep everybody happy. Cross counter. After this card, play this card when an enemy card deals damage to a ranger. If Samurai Shield is in hand, reduced by 2. If not, okay, fine. I'll keep that. That's fine. Just to show you guys, I'm still drawing cards. I didn't forget the ability. I got it. But anyway, Claws of the Wolf. We're going to spend 1 energy, but I'm going to go ahead and use Santa's ability here to reveal from my hand Milk and Cookies, which is gain 2 energy. This will go here. So that one would come back, plus another one would come to me anyway. So now I have plenty of energy to do stuff with. I get a 3-dice attack, and then on my next turn, I get another 3-dice attack. So I'm going to attempt to go ahead and destroy Blades of Bones. I probably won't, but I'm going to do my best. 3 dice, 4 damage. It's a long shot, but we'll see what happens. Again, long shot. See what happens here. Who knows? All right, I did 2 damage to Blades of Bones. I'm actually rather satisfied with that. So I'm going to go ahead and do boom, boom right there. So Blades of Bones is going to activate. I'm not putting Claws of the Wolf yet away in the discard pile because I will get another attack here. This says deal 5 damage. I'm going to immediately play Samurai Shield. This is when a ranger reveals a card for damage. So hold on 1 second. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have just Cam do this because he's pretty powerful in his own right. So we're going to reveal this. Cyclone Slash. I am going to go ahead and play the Samurai Shield, which will increase this by 2, so that is a 5 shield card now. But in addition to that, I have the cross counter. Play this card when an enemy deals damage to a ranger. If Samurai Shield is in your hand, reduce it by 2. Otherwise, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. Because Samurai Shield is in play, it is out of my hand, so I get to deal 1 damage to something. I'm going to deal it to this flamethrower right here, because I have an idea of how I want to take care of that next turn. So this is still, unfortunately, going to my discard pile, because it's 5. It's 5 damage, added 2, so 5 and 5 equals it anyway. So, but I was able to only lose 1 card and put a damage on Flamethrower. Now, Merrick's going to go again. We're going to go right here, and he's going to take his next 3-dice attack and try to defeat Blades of Bones. Let's go ahead and take these, and we're just going to go ahead and roll this. And I just need 2 damage. There we go. All right, perfect, nice, 2 damage, exactly what I needed. So I went pop, pop right here. Those are gone. We can flip this over. This now goes to the discard pile. And then I'm going to go ahead and, do I draw? Do I draw? Do I draw? Do I draw? I am going to draw a card from Santa, which has a gift on it. Now, because this is not the beginning of the battle, I would need to play a card that says, give a gift from your hand to a ranger in order to be able to put the token on here in order to activate this later. So it's kind of a process that has to happen anyway. Speaking of process, Fierce Strike, 4 damage. Sadly, I have nothing here to block it, so I'm actually going to take Santa, because I'm pretty sure I remember what his bottom card is. Whoop, come back here. I probably should have drawn from him. Whatever, 1, 2 for Bellringer, and, okay, 3, so that would go back. So he still has 1 card. Santa is still in the running. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use Santa's other gift here. And what I'm going to take is I'm going to go into Cam's discard pile, and we're going to use Samurai Saber, a 4-dice attack in order to attack Flamethrower. And because I do not have Samurai Shield in my hand, I do get a second attack for 2 dice that I'm going to go after this Z Shield for. So if I can beat this in this turn and this in this turn, then I could possibly defeat this one, avoid an energy drain, and then see what I can do from there. So that's it. Remember, this is 0 because I used the gift from Santa. And what a truly marvelous gift it is. 4 dice, 4 damage. Hit it, Cam. Come on, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nice work using them ninja skills. All right, so this is gone, and we have officially defeated Rito, which is great and wonderful, and that was really annoying. But now I get a 2-dice attack that I can go against anything else. It's an attack, so I have to do the guard rule. Good thing this is guard already. So we're going to hit the Z putty in the Z shield and make him go kablooey. Gonna take these two out, roll these two, because hopefully maybe I can get that 3 again. Wouldn't that be great? Nope, I got a 1. That's all right. I think I can be able to figure something else out with that. All right, so Samurai Shield goes back into the discard pile. We do put only 1 damage counter here. And unfortunately, the Z Shield does go, and that drains 2 energy. So both of these energy are gone from the center. And I keep forgetting to take this off of Merrick because he has used his thing, but, you know, just as a reminder. So I'm going to play Christmas Rush. I'm actually going to use a Santa card here, and that is for 1 energy, so he'll use his energy. Give 1 card from your hand to another ranger, so I can actually do this, boom, and I can use Better Watch Out at some point. That ranger may immediately play a card. This would go on the bottom of my deck instead of discarding it, so this will go back in, so that'd be great. And I'm going to use Full Moon Slash. So I'm going to take this energy from Merrick over here. It is a 3 dice attack, and I get to gain 1 energy for each miss that's rolled. So maybe I can gain some energy back. Maybe I won't. But I think I'm just going to go after. It's a 3 dice attack. Should I go after the Z Shield? No, I'm going to go after this Z Shield just to see if I can guarantee to kill it. 3 dice and 2 damage is better than 3 dice and 3 damage. But I would have killed the other Z Shield anyway. But whatever. All right. So I did what I did. That's fine. All right, that's cool. I'm not too worried about it. So we'll do this. We'll put one of these here. So this way we know we got going on this way. I can take a putty from here and toss it into the back of the supply. Here, discard, discard. I do get another thing. Do I want to draw? My cards are very, very small right now. I'm a little afraid, but I will draw from Cam just to have it. Cross counter doesn't really do much of anything right now. We'll do the Z Shield. So when you drain energy and you don't have the energy, you have to discard a card from your hand. So I'm going to take that from Cam, and I'm going to discard Clever Tactics in order for the other energy. And then unfortunately, I don't have any more energy. The only attack card I have in my hand is Better Watch Out. I only have 1 card in each one of my piles right now too, so I can't even draw anything. And I know the rule where I can discard a card from my hand to do a basic die roll, a 1 dice attack. But these are both 3 health. So even 1 dice isn't going to do anything, and I only have 1 turn left. So at this point, I'm going to call it an end. This is over. These are the way they are, but we did defeat Rito. So with Rito, geez, what's going on? Zeddy boy, he runs away, as would be the case. The Z Putties do the same thing. And at the very least, this becomes unpanicked, and we do gain a Zord. Actually, 2 things happen. Not only do we gain a Zord, we gain another action token because we defeated a monster in battle, which is great. And then we gain we gain Titanus. Exhaust this card, deal 2 damage to an enemy card of your choice. Oh, that's great. Oh, remember, Santa lives in the MMPR world because that's kind of what was established as canon in both the cartoons and in the TV show. So he knows about Titanus, or at least I would assume suspects about him, and is like, awesome, we're going to use the mighty original Brachiosaurus Zord, because that's pretty much what it is. And with that, I think I'm going to go back up to the big board because I have some choices I need to make with the 4 actions I have left. So I will meet you there. So with that said, Santa's sack of gifts is getting pretty low, and I'd like to be able to gain more, kind of reset everybody before I go over to the power plant. So I'm going to go ahead and use this 1 action here, and we're going to move over to the command center. Now, again, this is a used of an action, so it has to be a little bit more powerful, I guess, than normal. And of course, normally the centers don't activate during solo. I get it. I know that's the case, but this is a special exception, as I mentioned before, because of the Christmas chaos. I just kind of adjust it. So I gain 2 presents back over here to the main board, and then Santa will be able to gain cards equal to half of his discard pile back into his deck. I've decided actually I'm not going to give everybody the energy here because I'm just going to use recharge action in order to do it. But that might have been a little bit too powerful if everybody gained an energy back. Maybe I'll just gain Santa back. Let me decide what cards I want first. What's funny is it ended up being more of a recharge action than anything for Santa, but really I was looking for just any of the cards with the gifts on them because they're really what Santa's all about, giving out those gifts and like really helping out the battle that way. And yeah, I'm actually going to give him that energy because then I'm going to go ahead and do a recharge action on Cam and Merrick in order to give them back a bunch of cards. I'm actually going to do a double recharge. No, I'm not. No, one recharge. Merrick, I'm doing several Claws of the Wolf, or at least the 2 that he gets, and then a Howling Wolf. Cam is getting these 2 Cyclone Slashes, which I haven't played yet, but they're 3 shields, and they are really good with 1, energy to them. And they enable me to do a second attack, which I think I'm going to need for the next, thing we go to. And by that, I mean that I'm going to go ahead and use this action here to move to the power plant. And we're going to actually initiate a battle here with 4 of these guys to at least shrink this down a little bit. If I can knock out even 3 of these guys, that would be fine. So we're going to go ahead and do this to activate the battle, to put 2 in here, plus any more I can add to this track is going to be very helpful. And then I'm going to draw the Cyclone Slash as I figure I would. I had to just kind of reassess things there. Cyclone Slash I drew. I'm going to draw from Merrick, Claw of the Wolf. That's fine. I'll draw from Santa Claus, Milk and Cookies. Sure. Choose from your card. Actually, that's going to be really good. He'll need that for himself. Let's draw one more for Merrick. Hopefully it's another Claws of the Wolf. Trick Shot. I'll take it. And then I'm going to stop there because then I need to find Cam's, his shield, which was in the discard pile, and then I can swap that with, I'm going to put Cross Counter back in the discard pile, just because I can use this in conjunction with Cyclone Slash in order to really do some crazy stuff. So let's go ahead and get a little bit closer to the action and see what we draw. So I actually have 2 cards in my hand that have gifts on them, so I can put 2 things here for Santa. Now the thing would be is like, if I was actually playing as Santa, that would mean he would have no cards in his hands at all. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take 1 back just out of consideration for that. Again, he's supposed to be a multiplayer, character, so it's hard to really figure. Because I really want to try to use Milk and Cookies by the end of this round in order to put a lot back into his hand. But in any event, this is going to end out the round. So with that said, we got all that back there. We got the lead token here. That should be good. I think I'm going to go up against 3 regular putties and 1 Z putty. And I'm going to do the Z putty first. All right, Z putty is Fierce Strike, deal 4 damage. I like it. I like that a lot. It's not a guard. It's not fast. I am happy with that. So 3 regular putties, Swarm Attack, Leaping Attack, and Swarm Attack again. Okay. Straight up before I even do anything, Titanus is going to roll on in, go to the side, and roll over this Leaping Attack, doing 2 damage to this thing. Boom, boom, you're gone because I don't want to have to deal with it. We'll go ahead and we'll put this right here in order to just increase our time, our experience, and get rid of 1 of these putties. Away you go, back into the supply. Thank you, Titanus. You are amazing. So, Claw of the Wolf. It does require 1 energy, so we will go ahead and use that here. So I get to do a 3-dice attack, and then on the next turn, instead of playing a card, I get to do another 3-dice attack. And I'm going to, again, hold off on drawing any cards right now because this will do multiple attacks, and then I can play Cyclone Slash, which will do multiple attacks. I'd rather hold off drawing cards because I need stuff to go back into the deck because next turn is going to be another monster, and I'm going to need to be at least in somewhat of fighting condition. Oh, Christmas Spirit, give me the 3 damage that I desire. Do I get it? Oh, I get 4 damage. Oh, cool. That's 1 more than I needed, and I can't do anything with it, but hey, overkill is fine by me. All right, so good. So that goes there. You can get out of here. Go to the supply, and I'll put another token over here. They go, and now I get another 3-dice attack. Now, what's fun here is that Swarm Attack is just going to keep going down in strength, but for right now, it's dealing 5 damage, so I really need to get rid of this thing. Will Lightning strike twice? Yes. Yes, it will, but this time doing exactly 3 damage. Okay, cool. I'll take it. These aren't exactly high dice rolls either, like they're 3 points or whatnot with 3 dice, so that's kind of an average of what it rolls. Think of like 1 point of damage per dice on average, so I'm doing pretty good so far at least. And I got lots of turns ahead of me to do stuff. So, Putty Patroller, to the supply. We'll go ahead and we'll put this here. They'll take their turn. This will go to the discard pile. And I'm immediately going to play Milk and Cookies, which is choose from your discard pile 5 shields and shuffle them back into your deck, kind of giving Santa Claus his own recharge in the middle of the fight, because I have a turn in order to do something. Whatever. Christmas Rush and Bell Ringer, that's 5 shields. This one is not that great of an ability, but, you know, hey, drawing cards. I always forget to do it, so it's good that cards are there to remind me to do it. All right, discard pile here. Go, and then we go again. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Cyclone Slash. Why the heck not? So it costs 1 energy, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that. And what this does is it's a 2-dice attack. And after you resolve the attack, if the Samurai Shield is in your hand, I can discard it in order to perform a second attack with 3 dice, basically changing him from him in his armor to him without his armor, and immediately doing another powerful attack. So, Swarm Attack is my target. First 2-dice attack is 2 damage. That's fine by me. Pop, pop. And then we'll go ahead and discard the Samurai Shield, and we will do a second attack. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that for the heck of it. There he is right there, all super powered up. And we'll do one with 3 dice. I'll add that one to the mix. And we'll only need to do 1 damage, and we did 3 more damage. So there you go, averaged it out. Beautiful. This actually turned out much, much better than I thought it was going to. Swarm Attack is destroyed. That goes here. Another putty is out of the mix, and that clears out that section very well. It's still technically panicked, but I guess depending on what happens in the next deployment phase determines if we're going to stay here to fully clear it out or if we just move on. So let's get to the big board and get ready for our next deployment. All right, Zords have been reset. Action tokens have been flipped over. We are ready for our next deployment. We're doing pretty good. It's like only a few minions here and there, a few foot soldiers. So we'll see what pops up and we'll go from there, especially because we know what's coming up is another monster. So there it is. Isn't that great? Who is it going to be? It's none other than Mr. Goldilocks himself, Goldar.
Goldar! Yes, my sire. I live to serve you, my lord.
Goldar has always been a fun one. You know, he's just been like around so many seasons in MMPR. And like it was great with this game when it was on Kickstarter because Goldar was actually like a stretch goal. He was one of the last stretch goals, if not the last one, if I can remember. So weird that it wasn't in the base game, but hey, we unlocked him and it's great. And he is a tough one. Yeah, and he's actually going to a very appropriate place, Angel Grove Park. For the Rangers have fought him there many, many, many times. And I don't like that he's not in my spot. I wish he was, but that's okay. So he'll go there. This will panic. We may end up doing again, just bouncing back across in order to be able to clear out here and then go over here and defeat him. But at least that was another 3 that was gone. So perfect from that. We'll remove him and do the next flip. 2 in the park. Oh no, it doesn't hit the limit, which is fine. We're still good. There's actually 1 more that can fit in the park. But that means that's a lot of putties that we got to deal with when we fight him. Number 3. You got 3 putties in the power plant right where we are. Again, is it worth it? Because even if we fight, there's still going to be 1 putty here, and it's not going to unpanic the area. But we'd get a Zord, so I'm kind of thinking, at least the regular putties are pretty easy. 2 Z putties in the dockyard. That's fine. That's all right. That can still hold 1 more. And finally, 2 at Angel Grove Park. So yeah, here's the issue right now. 1 can go here with Goldar, which is fine. So that limits 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm sorry. No, that's it. That's all that can go there. So this would actually go here, panicking this area. And then this last one would come here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, filling this up again. Oh, okay. Huh. So this really is like a dire situation here. However, the positive point is because of the last stand rule, I will be able to at least fight the boss of this area because in the next deployment phase, no matter what happens, then the last stand rules kick in and I just remove these 3 and then I can still go through the round. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go after Goldar straight up. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I'm going to spend 1 action to move over here. And then as weird as it sounds, I'm just going to, do I just go ahead and attack? My guys have very few cards. So like Merrick only has 2 cards in his deck. Cam only has 2 cards in his deck. And of course, Santa Claus has a bunch of cards in his deck. I do have a bunch of abilities right now in terms of, presents that I can use and other things. All right, it seems like a lot that I'm going to do, but I need to beat Goldar in this turn. So I'm actually going to double recharge Cam and Merrick to put 12 shields worth of cards back into their deck. and then I'll use 1 to start the battle. And if I beat Goldar, that's great. Then I can actually move to the power plant and use this one in order to thin that down again. Maybe I'll go to the dockyard. I'll go to one of the 2 places and thin it down, either the dockyard or the power plant, but then that'll be what I'll use to thin down. At least also with Goldar, if I use Titanus, I can hopefully kill something and immediately gain a Zord, because I only need 1 in order to gain another Zord. So for Cam, this is 12 exactly for all these cards, their shield values, and I'm leaving Samurai Saber in his discard pile because of these presents. For Merrick, I'm going to do Lunar Q and Trick Shot. I'd like to try to draw this. If I can get this into my hand in the opening, that would be great. And then a few other cards here in order to hopefully round out his deck. The only one that's left in the discard pile is a Full Moon Slash. And with that said, we're going to begin this fight and see where it takes. Oh man, I haven't even been raising this thing. Let's go up to 2, because that's where we're at right now. I got to remember to do that. All right, let's start drawing some cards here. Let's go ahead with Merrick in hopes to get the Lunar Q. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. I got a Howling Wolf Claw. I got to hold on to something here. So we got 4, 5, 6. I only have 1 for Santa right now, but I want him to kind of take a little bit more of a hit than anybody else at this point. So we're going to go ahead and just draw another one from Cam. Cross Counter. I need to replace one of these with his shield. I'm going to put Cross Counter back in the deck so I can get the Samurai Shield in my hand because of his ability. Sadly enough, we're going to make Santa the lead ranger on this, but I can still at least use one of his abilities, so that's good. And let's put down some cards here, shall we? I am scared. I am scared that Goldar is going to mop the floor with me. Here we go. First one. Sword Strike. Fast. Deals 6 damage to the lead ranger. Oh, Santa. Vengeful. Passive. While this card is in play, each time a Goldar card, including this one, is defeated, deal 3 damage. That's to anybody. Great. Another fast. Here's another Sword Strike. And Guard. At least it's all the way at the end. Deal 5 damage to 2 different rangers. 5, 5, 6, 5. I can deal with that. I have 2 Putty Patrollers, and I don't want flanking, but I'm going to draw... Do I draw 2? Let's put 1 down and see what we got. Leap Attack. That's great. That's actually really good. Do I want to do another one? Let's do it. All right, Cannon Fodder. Guard. Stinks, but I think I can work with it. Maybe I can get a fast card in order to move stuff down, so that'll be great from them. Got another guard here for draining energy, and whatever, that's fine. The good thing about Titanus is I can hit anything, and I may want to hit Leaping Attack just to see what my next Zord card is. Or I may want to save it for something else, because right now Goldar is going to go and deal 6 damage to Santa. And as much as I want to use Cam's card, I'm going to hold off on it because I need to have some energy reduction for Mr. Merrick here. So, 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. Okay, that at least goes to the bottom. Fine and dandy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play Howling Wolf. It is a 0-cost card at this point. Start of any ranger's turn. Gain an energy. Love that. Draw 1 card from your deck. I'm going to. It is Claws of the Wolf. And the next time any ranger performs an attack this battle, they may re-roll any number of dice. Sadly enough, that is it. I can't play a card, but that's kind of how that works. I need to get cards in my hand and then figure out where I want to start hitting things. So we'll put that there, and I'm going to draw from Cam just to have another one in my hand. Perfect Strike. Okay, that's fine. Another 6 damage going to Santa Claus. And he has 3 cards in his deck, so maybe this will work. So that's 1, 2, oh god. 3, 4, 5, and then 3 damage. Boom. Oh, joys. All right, so we're going to start with Claws of the Wolf. It is a 1 energy attack. It's a 3-dice attack. And then again, instead of playing a card my next turn, I can do a 3-dice attack. So I'm going to go after Roaring Slash right here and just see what I can do to try to get this out of there. Because regardless of anything, this is just going to trigger, and then I'll get another turn. So maybe I'll be able to beat this with a technically 6-dice attack. All right, so let's go ahead with the first 3-dice attack against Roaring Slash. It is a guard card, so it's fine. I can actually do... Wow, okay, good. Good. So that's half. That's more than half. It's a 5 health card, so that's perfect right there. You know what? That's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and use Titanus, to do the exhaust on him, deal 2 damage to an enemy card of my choice, so that immediately is defeated. So that is great. Unfortunately, I do have to take 3 damage. I'm going to have Cam do that. So 1, 2, 3. That's fine. I can deal with that. So now Vengeful goes, and I get another 3 dice attack right here. What do I go after? I think I'm just going to go after... I have to at least get rid of the cannon fodder in order to hit this card. So, yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to go after this putty right here, just so I can also possibly get another Zord. 3 dice, 3 damage is the average, so I should be able to do it, right? No, I only did 1 damage to it. Okay, that stinks. Yeah, so 1 damage, and then this trigger. So at least we get another turn right here. What do I want to do? Sorry, Merrick, I'm going to actually take your little ability away right here because we're doing Cyclone Slash. We're going to go ahead and spend the 1 energy, so that's fine. And then I'm going to use Santa's ability right here to reveal from my hand, Better Watch Out. The next time any ranger performs an attack during battle, add 2 dice to that attack. So I have the Cyclone Slash, which is the first attack, doing 2, so 4 dice. And then I have the Samurai Shield in my hand, which I'll discard to do an immediate second attack with 3 dice. That's a lot of attacks that hopefully I can do something. Maybe I can kill this and then kill this. So that's my hope. My Howling Wolf didn't actually give me a reroll for the second attack, which stinks. I really wanted that reroll for that one, but that's all right. So we're going to go after the... we'll go after the first Sword Strike here. So 4 dice, 5 damage. I don't know if that's going to work. All right, 4 dice, and it's 3 damage. So we're chipping away right here. So that's fine. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So now I can do a 3 dice attack with, I'm going to go after the cannon fodder right here in order to try to beat that. So we'll drop this one, and we'll roll these 3. 2 damage is all I need. There we go. Perfect. So at least that's defeated. And by this being defeated, that flips here, which is great. Remember, we're still doing the Cyclone Slash here, so that's why we got so many attacks. Now, this also levels us up. So we are actually on level 3 now, which is great. And we get to see who we get next. It is Pushka! Oh, the Power Blaster. Again, we're in Mighty Morphin time, so it's not a Zord, but it counts as a Zord because that's how this card is. Once per ranger turn, any ranger may discard a card to place 1 hit token on this, maximum 5. Exhaust this card at the end of the battle to remove all the hit tokens and roll a dice equal to the number. Deal that much damage divided as you choose. This isn't an attack. I would roll 5 damage, and whatever the damage total is, I can just nail stuff straight through. And discarding a card to put something on this does not count as like my turn. So that is really cool. All right, but in any event, we have finished here. I use these 2. I am going to draw from Merrick's deck and steal the hope. God, Laser Pool, come on. Man, I'm going to deck him out because I bet you the card I'm looking for is at the bottom. Leaping attack coming at us. We're going to have Cam take it. So, do I want Cam to take this? You know what? No. No, we're going to have Merrick take it. There you are. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to actually do that. I know what I'm doing now. We're going to go ahead and spend a present, and we are going to activate from the discard pile Lunar Cube. Remember, it's free because of the present. So it's 0 cost, 4 dice attack, and I get to ready an exhausted Zord. Of course, Titanus is going to be that. I am also going to... No, I'm going to just leave it like that. I'm going to go ahead and use that 4 dice attack, and I'm going to go ahead and target this Sword Strike right here because it is no longer guarded. Before I roll, I am just going to say I'm going to discard this Laser Pool from my hand to put 1 hit token on the Power Blaster. And 4 dice is possible, dealing 5 damage. I mean, I've had some Christmas miracles so far, so let's see what we got. We get 3. Okay, that's cool. I can deal with that because I have used the Lunar Q to unexhaust Titanus to do it again, to hit this for 2. And that, my friends, destroys that card right there. Unfortunately, we do have to take the 3 damage because of Vengeful. And I'll have Cam take that 3. So it's 1, 2. All right, that goes to the bottom. Cool. And this goes back to the discard pile for now. Again, my decks are getting a little low, so I'm not drawing anything, but I am going to tap that Putty Patroller right there, and it is our turn once again. I'm going to discard this Perfect Strike in order to put another hit token on to the Power Blaster. And we're going to use, so the presents, as per the rules also, can be shared between the rangers. So that's why this is here. Any ranger can use it. Even Santa could use it if he wants to. But I am absolutely going to use this present once again in order to activate Lunar Q from my discard pile for free once again. So with Lunar Q down, as a 4-dice attack going up against Vengeful right here. And of course, I'm going to, yes, actually I'm going to do that. Because I have Wolf here in order to be able to draw up the 2 cards. I'm not going to do that, so I need some defense. But I get to ignore the guard keyword, which is fine, and then I get to swap this with something else. I think I'm going to swap this with the alligator. So that's over here. So Wolf is activated. I get to ignore guard, and alligator goes to my side. And then I get to ignore this guard here in order to try to take down this Vengeful. Now, I know I'm losing 2 energy next turn, but it's worth it because I'd really need to hit this with a 4-dice attack and hope to really knock it down, or at least knock it lower than what it is. And of course, Titanus has been unexhausted, so depending on what happens to this dice roll, will determine how it goes. What do we got? We got 2 damage on that thing. That's it? Oh boy. All right, well, we'll put 2 here, and then I'll activate, Titanus again, exhaust, unexhaust, or unexhaust, exhaust, whatever, to do 2 damage over here to this Sword Strike, to at least defeating that, and unfortunately dealing 3 damage to a ranger. I'm going to have Merrick take it. I think he can survive it. We'll see. Here we go. 1, 2. All right, trick shot. Beautiful. He survived. It's again running low on cards in my deck, but I have lots of attacks in my hand, so I'm okay. This goes back to the discard, and the Z shield activates, so 2 energy is drained. So we'll have 1 here, and we'll just take 1 from Merrick. That's fine. All right, let's go again. In the beginning of this turn, I am going to discard Claws of the Wolf as much as I want to use it. Well, you know what? No. No, I'm going to discard Trick Shot to put a token on the Power Blaster, which seems weird, but I'm going to use Claws of the Wolf now as my actual card and use the last 2 energy on the board here in order to do a 3-dice attack here, and then on the next turn, do a 3-dice attack here. And then hopefully I'll be able to put, well, I will be able to put another hit token on the Power Blaster, so that'll be a 5-dice attack that hopefully I can knock out even more things. And the more I look at that Power Blaster, the cooler it is. Holy jeez. All right, so going after Z Shield right here. 3 damage. Oh, sweet. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. Good job, Merrick. All right, Gonzo with you. We'll go ahead and we'll put a hit token here in order to build that up. So that would be 1 Z Putty off of the board. And then, unfortunately, a Fierce Strike comes with 4 damage that has to go to Cam because there's really no other way to do it. But I will just reduce it by 2 or whatever it is. What am I drawing here? All right, so that's 3 shields. So 1, 2, 3, and then perfect. Okay, fine. Excellent. And then I'm going to discard the last card of my hand for this Full Moon Slash to put a 5th token on the Power Blaster and do a 3-dice attack right here against... Do I want to do that? No, actually, I'm going to go after the Leaping Strike here. It's a better chance for me getting 2 hits than it is 3. And I can hopefully use the Power Blaster to do some awesome attack. All right, 3 dice, 2 damage. Here we go. Oh, geez. All right, well, I could have defeated the Fierce Strike, but that's all right. That's all I really needed. Okay, Leaping Attack is destroyed. So then you're gone, and I can put another token here. This goes away, and then here comes the Power Blaster with 5 max tokens on it. So here we are at the end of the battle. I exhaust it, and I remove all the tokens, and I roll dice equal to the number of tokens. So it's 5 dice, and whatever damage it produces, I can spread it however I want. Like it's not an attack, so even if there was guards on the field, it wouldn't matter. If I somehow manage to do 7 damage out of all these dice, that would be a true Christmas miracle at this point. Holiday miracle. But all I need is 4 damage in order to defeat Goldar. So come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Are you kidding me? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh!